Hey everyone, it's Heather here with Magical Soul Tarot. I hope you guys are doing fantastic on this Thursday. Just a little quick rundown. I have been obviously changing things up on the channel a little bit, registering new content, things like that. So with that being said, this is going to be a divine feminine, divine masculine read. It is not going to be sign specific, not, planet, sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter specific, nothing like that. It is going to be a general read, so whoever is drawn to this message and whoever is connecting, this is going to be for you. There will be an option. Basically, I'm going to get to the mind, body, and then the spirit, soul on both sides for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And in the center, we're going to let things kind of, fall where they may, see where they're kind of meeting up. And there will be an option to get on Vimeo if you would like an extended version. If this really speaks to you, I will be clarifying a couple of the things, especially in the center where they're connecting and the more action-oriented side of things. So we're just going to hop right in. So I'm going to go ahead and grab energy for the masculine that's coming through. So what's going on in the divine masculine's headspace, in his mind right now? What is he thinking about? What is he focusing on? We have the Queen of Swords and the Lovers. Okay. So obviously right off the bat, right now in his headspace, he is concentrating on this connection, on making decisions when it comes to love. I feel like the masculines right now are at a point where they are coming to some definite truths when it comes to the emotions they have in their life, the path that their soul's drawn to, the people that they're surrounding themselves with, because that Queen of Swords is very discerning, which to me typically indicates cutting things out of your life that are no longer serving or that aren't in alignment, maybe with this connection or with what they're feeling from this connection, from this lovers. It's really inspiring them to cut through the bullshit and really get in tune with their soul. So let's see what's going on in their 3D physical world. What's going on with the mind? We have that. Let's see what's going on with this body. What's going on in the 3D realm? What's surrounding them? What energies are they dealing with physically? What can we get from masculines? We have Knight of Swords. Yeah, so wanting to take action, wanting to communicate. Page of Wands. And Seven of Cups. There's a lot of confusion going on right now as to, I feel like, what action they're going to take. It's like part of them, they really want to come in with some clarity, maybe some apologies, some communication. But they're also partially wanting an indication, I guess, that the approach is okay, that it will be received. Maybe they're wanting some kind of offer or communication to come in before they come through with an apology, which, again, take it as it resonates. For some of you, this is going to be them just wanting to come in and offer something passionate and really speak their truth and bring some clarity to a situation, but they're really confused about the approach. I feel like that's the hesitation that's come in. It's the disillusionment. It's, okay, well, was I just imagining this? Was this, connection, was it real? Were these feelings that I felt the way that, this person made me feel? Was that something that was, grounded? Was it something that was rooted in reality? Or was it something that I just, just completely misconstrued, or something that was one-sided? Maybe this person didn't genuinely care or feel the way I did. There's a lot of confusion going on right now when it comes to taking the action. So what's going on in their soul? What's going on in their spirit right now? Their 5D spirit. What is going on spiritually for them? They are getting in, they're spiritually conflicted right now. I feel like it is because they're wanting, obviously, to come through with communication. You have that King of Swords. You have the King and the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. There's a lot of communication that's wanting to come in. But again, I keep getting conflict, holding themselves back. Maybe externally, they are having to really let go of a lot of triggers, a lot of emotions, a lot of wounds, a lot of healing that's still taking place right now. Because the Seven of Wands is energetic battling. But this is their soul. This is their spirit. So soulfully, internally, their soul is still battling with their inner truth, battling with where they're going, their inner compass, what the next step to take is, what the truth is for them. Let's get one more card. Yeah, Serenity. So they're going to have to go within. That's what it is. They've been battling because they want to take so much action. They want to come through. They want to communicate. but there's a part of their soul that still needs to be reassured and reaffirmed. This connection, I mean, really is what they felt, is what they had perceived it to be. For some of them, they could really be going within, and I want to say some of them are probably looking up or researching soul connections, twin flames, things like that. Especially with all of these swords on here, it can be a lot of like mental going on, researching, looking into, trying to find, wanting to communicate, can't communicate. So maybe they're researching, trying to find ways of explaining or making sense of something. But they're going within. They're having to go within because their soul right now is just so energetically combative. It's like they want to take action, but they can't take action. They want it to make sense, but it's not going to make sense. We know this. You know, as feminines, we know it's never going to make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. But for masculines, it's a little bit harder of a road to get to be quite honest. They get there, hopefully. But sometimes it just takes a while. The path takes a little while. So what's going on in the feminine's headspace right now? Heartbreak, guys. I feel that. I know. I feel like it's reversed. I'm going to keep it reversed. I don't typically take reversals, but I'm going to say reversed because I do feel like you've been so stuck and stagnant in this wondering, this mental confusion, this thinking about the relationship, thinking about this masculine, thinking about this. I do feel like for some of you, you're coming out of the heartbreak. For some of you, you could still really be, I mean, just energetically, it could be a clusterfuck right now for your emotions. Because for me, the swords, they are mental, but it's an imprisonment. And a lot of the times, I feel like swords are equated with emotions. Because why would you be overanalyzing and having anxiety and having worry and stress and wondering if you were emotionally attached to something? Let's be real. You wouldn't, you know? I feel like a lot of you, too, are really trying to put up a guard on your heart for whatever reason. Because with this Eight of Swords, usually it's imprisonment. But with this card in particular, with that Three of Swords reversed, to me it looks like she set up traps. Like she set up walls, she set up borders, she set up boundaries in order to really protect herself because she's not wanting to connect. So what's going on in the heart space for the Divine Feminines? We have inner strength. Yeah, so you guys are thinking about the good times. You were sitting there thinking about, you know, the adoration, the love, the genuine love, and the strength. I feel like a lot of you, whenever you were around your masculine, there was this surge of energy, this charge. I mean, let's be real, that always happens. But there was this charge of just, you know, I can take on the world. I can do anything. I'm powerful. I'm this goddess. Like, and some of you could have been in your head about it too. Maybe a lot of the strength had to come from triggers when it came to this Two of Cups situation, this connection. It was very, I keep getting triggering. It was like a lot of things needed to be healed. If there were any insecurities that came up that you put on yourself, maybe you thought you weren't enough, maybe you thought you weren't worth it. Well, you had the strength. I feel like you've been working through or past those situations. If you had any abandonment issues, a lot of that's being healed right now, especially because you've had to undergo that Three of Swords, put you in the Eight of Swords energy, and it's really forced you to step up and into your spiritual strength. I'm going to grab one more card, though. Let's see what else we can get for the heart space for the Divine Feminine. I love that you both are focused on the connection, though. Like, in their head right now, they're going through over and over and over again this lover's connection, wanting to come through, wanting to speak some truth, wanting to find out why. Yeah, and in your heart space, you're working on your happiness. Two of Wands to the Sun. This is making decisions when it comes to your happiness, your fulfillment. You know, at the end of the day, in these kind of connections, sometimes it does require being alone on the journey. Sometimes it requires healing and going within and finding your own strength and letting, you know, your soul's path really guide you. And with that Two of Wands and that Sun card, that's about making decisions specifically about what's going to make you happy. Whether it's this connection right now, whether it's not, you're focusing on moving forward in your strength and your divine feminine power in order to find the happiness, to seek it. You know, maybe some of you were coming from that dark place in your soul and you're coming into this light. You're embracing this light. You're embracing this vibrancy, this part of your soul. It's like you're renewed. I feel so renewed in this energy. Like my heart is just, you know what? I love this person and I'm moving forward in my life. I'm going to do things that make me happy. I'm going to do things that make me happy and keep this amazing love that I felt in my heart and move forward with it. So what's going on in the physical some of you could totally be going back to school or really getting into some kind of spiritual practices or spiritually based avenues. Knight of Wands, you guys physically are charged up, wanting to come in. You're wanting some kind of, I mean, for some reason I'm getting intimacy, so don't shoot the messenger, but that Knight of Wands is a highly sexually charged card. It's because I feel like you are looking back on this. Okay. Hierophant, Knight of Wands. You're wanting that, or you're like really, you want commitment at this point. You're like, I want it now. I need this in my life. And that's the thing. In these connections, sometimes it can cause a lot of issues because if you are trying to attract and manifest from a state of like lack or desperation or neediness, it's really hard to bring it into your life because you're going to automatically bring in more lack and more neediness, things that cause you more insecurity, more issues with your self-worth until you really like step up and into your power. Hierophant, this could literally be some of you though going, I feel like some of you physically are moving towards, spiritual learning or higher learning that really has you inspired, motivated, creative, passionate. Five of Cups on the Five of Swords on the Five of Cups. So some of you are feeling a little bit, not necessarily betrayed, but I think you're looking back on the situation and it's either you are a little bit bitter about it, or some of you could be feeling guilty about the way things happened or the way things went down, stuck in that period of just looking back on this connection, looking at the cups that were lost, not necessarily moving forward into the ones that were, the joy, the celebration, the movement, the happiness here. I want to grab one more card. Just a little clarifier. What is this Five of Cups, Five of Swords energy about? What's this Five of Cups, Five of Swords energy? This one wanted to pop out. Seven of Swords. So some of you could have dealt with some deception in this connection. Transformation, okay, yeah. So you're going through this energy right now. This isn't something you're going to stay stuck and stagnant in. I feel like that Five of Swords is there to kind of kick you in the ass when it comes to this physical movement, past this whole connection thing. It's like you're moving into this energy of, I feel like some of you are moving from placing the blame on either you or them and into this energy of realizing, look, we are both two people. We both played a hand in this. We both had issues. We both got triggered. We both had things to overcome. They're on their journey. I'm on mine. You're transforming, kind of moving past this almost. Like you're looking at it because you're examining what happened from a very discerning point versus a super emotional one. Transformation on the Eight of Wands. It's just happening quick. This could be messages coming in too about some kind of transformation that's taking place. But I feel more so this is you guys really owning into this next period of releasing the blame and really truly loving and enjoying this journey. Loving yourself more, and in the process you love the other person more. You mirror each other and the other person starts to love you more. It is a mirror. The big aspect with this is being mindful of it. You are taking this, releasing guilt, blame, shame, whatever's here, whether it's you or against this person, this bitterness, being released in order to move forward quickly into the next cycle. So now we're going to grab some of the energies in the center. Let's see where, I'm going to set these down here. Let's see where these energies are combining, where they're meeting up. So what can we get for both energies right now? What's going on between both the masculine and the feminine? Oh, okay. I love this. It's all karmically led. That's fine. You have Knight of Crystals on the Knight of Wands. Wanting to make an offer. Something substantial, something long-term, something solid, something grounded. Something with a lot of abundance and longevity. And then this Knight of Wands here is about I feel like a big shift almost, because it's like you guys realize that you're almost at the end. A lot of the toxicity, a lot of the issues within this relationship are being released. And the energy moving forward is changing. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Loving each other, loving yourselves, marrying this back. Keep in mind, this is shared energy. This is back and forth. So whatever's going on between the two of you, it's coming from a very loving and genuine place. You have the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice card. I mean, this is literally the wheel turning in the right direction because you guys are releasing something. You're releasing issues, triggers, wounds, but also you're releasing the expectation, I feel. And for a lot of you, I feel like you are also releasing the burdens of this connection. You're letting it become more light, become more, more like sunshine in your soul versus a ball and chain that you carry around that you feel emotionally trapped or, tied to, chained to. And that Justice card, it's like the scales are finally balancing out because of that, which is beautiful. Yeah, it's time for the scales to balance between these two, and a lot of action is going to have to take place here. So, yeah, okay. That is it for the general read. If this seems to resonate for you, if there's a little bit story about, the energies and where you're at right now, any of these connections that's going on, feel free to follow me over on Vimeo. All right, I'll see you soon. Love and light. Bye, guys.